Very good afternoon to everyone who joined us on another session of Amazon Live Webinar. My name is Jin Liang and I'm from the Amazon Seller Education team located in Singapore, part of Amazon Global Selling team. So later on, I will have Ethan as well to join the Q&A. If there's any questions from any one of you, please remember to put it into the Q&A box, okay? All right, so I will kickstart now, and if you cannot hear me or cannot see, please let me know. If not, you can reconnect. All right. So today we'll be talking about fulfillment by Amazon. What is it about? And then the session that you're watching right now will be recorded. So do not worry if you were to miss any parts of it. I will usually share the recording at the end of the day once I, download and upload it to our official YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed, do remember to subscribe to our official YouTube channel so that whenever I upload any videos, you'll be informed. So remember, put your questions in the Q&A box, as I mentioned earlier on. And then for any other information, things like policy, updates, etc., I would always refer all of you to get to our online resources to get the most updated information. If not, you can also watch the most latest recording. All right, so there are other channels like Seller University or even Seller Central Help. You can get the latest information if you were to watch the recording a couple of months down the road. All right, this is some important notice. So today we'll be covering introduction to fulfillment by Amazon. What exactly is FBA? All right, what are some of the discounts that's available for FBA sellers, and what are the FBA inventory management is about? And we'll end off with a couple of questions and answer right now. So first of all, I'm going to share with you there are two types of cross-border fulfillment. Right, mainly the FBA and MFN. I will share with you what is it about, right? So what is cross-border fulfillment? I'm pretty sure all of you know. Now, in short, it just means fulfillment via international logistics. All right, you can see from the graphics over here, it's a little bit more complicated than doing domestic logistics, whereby you're sending your product over in the same country, right? So cross-border fulfillment will entails a lot more process in terms of the transporting of goods from one country to another, and then whether is it by land, sea, air, to reach to your customer, all right, which is the final destination where your product should reach, which is the customer who bought your product. All right, so these are the several steps that you will go through from 1 to 9. So there are two common cross-border fulfillment methods. Now, the first one on top, it's the FBA, so sales fulfilled by Amazon. You can see at the top right. Let me just get a pen over here. All right, so the top part, the blue part. So at the start of it, you will engage either your own first mile logistic, or you can actually use Amazon Global Logistic, AGL, to do your first mile logistic, meaning that how your product actually reaches the FBA fulfillment center if you are going to use FBA to fulfill your inventory, to fulfill your sales to your customers. All right, and then FBA will kick in here at the last mile delivery. So whenever somebody or some customer bought your product, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship your product to your customer, which is right at the end of it. So another channel, what we call self-ship or domestic self-fulfillment. All right, it is sales fulfilled by seller, meaning that if any of a customer bought your product, you're going to buy your own shipping through whatever your shipping partner is, or your third-party carrier shipping, to get the product to reach your customers. All right, so there are some difference you can see over here. One is the fulfillment by Amazon. All right, and then the other one is the self-fulfillment. So the seller will fulfill their own shipping of the items to the customers. So FBA means that, as I mentioned earlier on, the seller like yourself will send your inventory, all right, in bulk to the Amazon fulfillment center. Now, in your case here, we are talking about selling to Amazon.com. So the fulfillment center will be located in a US location. So Amazon will pick, pack, and ship the order. All right, and then there are some customer service support available as well by using FBA, things like customer inquiries, and even the handling of the return will be handled by FBA team. So these are right now some of the countries that is supported where you can use Amazon to fulfill the products. I mean, to fulfill your sales, all right? So this is also another overview of how the FBA operation is about, very similar to the one I shared earlier on, but this is more detailed in that sense. So you can see the orange color part is the first mile logistic. All right, so for FBA, it is where the blue color part, where the inventory reaches the Amazon fulfillment center, where Amazon will actually help to store your product and then also to pick, pack, and ship it to your customers. All right, some key benefits and advantages, right? You get faster shipping to your customer, right? For the products fulfilled by FBA, they're eligible for Amazon Prime free 2-day or 1-day shipping. So there's also professional 24/7 customer service that the Amazon customer service will provide in the local languages. So helping you to handle customer queries, refunds or returns, etc. So this actually save you a lot of like time to focus more on your business instead of the operational part of this. So it also helps you to increase product discovery and the chance of getting your products into the shopping cart. Because especially when you combine with advertising, FBA is extremely efficient to get the exposures, etc. So lastly, there are also some benefits that I will share with you in terms of shipping discount to help you reduce some of the logistic costs. So again, that will help to free up, more cost for you to invest to grow your business in other areas, right? All right. So these are some of the things that I'm pretty sure that all of you are interested. What is exactly the fees required? Now, these are the basic costs of fulfillment by Amazon. So there will be the storage fee and the fulfillment fee, right, which is by per item, all right, depending on the size and the weight. Same for the storage fee is based on the cubic foot per month, all right, and that will equals to your FBA charges. So there will be additional fees involved if you were to opt for the optional services like labeling, packaging, order removal, etc., right? So do take note of that. Now, if all those seems like a lot to remember, we do have what we call the FBA revenue calculator. Right, you can use this either if you have a Seller Central account, you can search for the FBA revenue calculator on the search bar, or you can also do a Google search on any of your browser. So these two will be available for use as well, even if you do not have a Seller Central account yet, you can still access the FBA revenue calculator tool. All right, so this will help you to estimate, the fees as well as giving you a comparisons between if you were to use your own fulfillment methods compared to using FBA, and then you can decide whether is it worth or whether is it more cost efficient to use FBA comparing to your own service, to your own logistic partners for fulfilling the items. All right. Okay, so tell you what, since we have time, I will go through a quick demonstration to how to quickly use the FBA revenue calculator. All right. Okay, I'm going to freeze my screen for now and I'll switch to my browser. Just give me a few minutes. So I just share my browser. Let me know if you cannot see. Okay, so yep, you can either search for use any of your search engine and search for FBA revenue calculator. Right, or if you are in Seller Central, you can also search for FBA revenue calculator or calculator tool. All right, okay, my connection is a little bit slow here. Okay, and then you go to click on the link, and then you'll come to this FBA revenue calculator, where you can see there's some updates over here, but don't worry, I'll just share with you quickly how you can do a search. Now, for example, maybe let me just search for like a product. All right, example, I want to sell a bottle, maybe. Okay, can search on the bottom. Remember to select the right store, okay, because different Amazon store may have different fees. All right, so example, I'm going to search for like, a bottle. All right, you can of course do more granular searches as etc. You define, but this is just a quick example. All right, now search for bottle. I think it automatically select one of the first item for me. Now, of course, you can search for another product as well. All right, but I'm just going to search for a basic one. So you will pull most of the basic information for the product. For example, if you know that the product you're selling has a similar package dimension, then you know that's great. You don't have to remember those informations. All right, so the part here below is you enter what is the item price. All right, the price that you're going to sell it for. And if you're mousing over it too, you can see that, okay, this is the referral fee, which is the fee that you're going to pay Amazon for each of the products sold. All right. All right, and then you'll share with you what is the fulfillment cost. And if you were to opt for any of the add-on that I mentioned earlier on, you will check the boxes accordingly. All right, and then also share which period, because different period will have different storage costs per unit. You can see the number changes here. All right. Okay, and then other costs you can put in here depending on what is your cost of goods. Okay, maybe you got your cost of a good is like maybe $30, and maybe other miscellaneous costs. All right, something like that, huh? All right, so you can play around with the tool. So at the end of the calculator, right, you'll be able to see what is the estimated sales, all right, per unit. Of course, you can put different. Okay, if you think that uh, you want to estimate for more sales, but typically for quick gauge, right, I will usually just select one unit just for estimation. Right, you see what is the net profit and what is the net margin in terms of the percentages. And then over on the right side, right, you will be able to see a column for your fulfillment. So you can compare between Amazon fulfillment using FBA with your own fulfillment. Now you just put in all the costs for your own fulfillment. All right, and then you can do a quick comparison at the end. Right, so I hope it gives you an idea. Now, of course, the disclaimer is the data will only be as accurate as what you put in. So do put in the accurate information, and also I would advise also to put in a few more buffer, right, to make sure that you don't, forget some of the costs that might incur down the road to give you an even better estimation. All right, I'm gonna go back to my slides now. Okay, I'm back to my slides now. Let me just go back to the next slides. Let me know if you can see. All right, so there are more detailed in terms of the packaging. Now I would advise you to also go to Seller University to get the guides. All right, there will be a step-by-step guide in terms of how you can pack your product and print your shipping, etc. on the label, etc. So do head on to the link over here, which I will share the video description too. All right, that's about the basic of the FBA. Now I'm going to share with you what are some of the discount available. All right. So the first one that I want to share is what we call the new seller incentive. So this program, or rather this incentive, is available for seller who are on the professional selling account, and then you have your first buyable ASIN listed on and after the 1st of March this year. All right, and then you will be eligible for this new seller incentive. So I'm going to share what are some of the incentive you will get as a new seller. Right, so for the brand owner, so brand owner meaning that you actually have a brand registered under Amazon Brand Registry. Within the 6 months, right, you will get a benefits over here, 5% bonus on up to 1 million in your eligible branded sales in the first year, and you also get some like 200 credits for Amazon buying. All right, and then if you were to ship your inventory to Amazon Fulfillment Center within 12 months, you also get some credits for up to $200 for your inbound shipping. And you also be enrolled in the FBA new selection, which I will share later on as well. So the third one is if you were to use Amazon coupon within the 12 months, you also get a $50 credit applied to the fee for creating coupons. I think it meant the redemption of the coupons. Or just a quick FAQ here is that there is actually like a report sort of in your Seller Central you can also see. Let's say if you apply for any rebates or the discounts that you have, you can actually see where are all the discount going to. All right, I will share the link as well here. You can go under your report payments and to view the transaction to look at what is the amount of the referral fee, credit, etc. that you have gotten from your branded sales, buying, or even coupons. Okay, the other thing is FBA new selection. So for, like I mentioned earlier on, for this new selection, you will get some FBA credits, right, to help you launch your new product easier, to reduce your initial investment, to try out, and for you to expand your product opportunity, right? So there are benefits such as free storage, free removal, free returns processing, and also 5% rebates on the sales. Right, I will share the video, the link as well. There's a video guide to give you more details, but here are some of the benefits. All right, so you can see depends on the product group. All right, there are different benefits. Like the first row is the selling of the clothing and accessories and shoes and bags. All right, any other products that you are selling which is not in the group above, you have different benefits from storage fees, right, up to 100 units per ASIN. You also get free removal for up to 6 months. And then for free return processing, you also get for 6 month waive for the first 20 units. All right, and then earlier on I mentioned about the rebates on sales. You get 4 months of 5% rebates on sales up to 100 units per ASIN. All right, and then for those selling into the US, you get also free 6 months of liquidations. All right, there's a few more benefits as well. I won't touch into every part of it, but you can read through the link which I will share. All right, these are basically the same thing, just that it's a little bit more detail. Okay, now again, in Seller Central, now once you have access or you already use, right, there is also a dashboard called the FBA New Selection Dashboard. So over there, you'll be able to track all the benefits, that whether or not how much of these benefits or credits have you already used, so you don't have to manually track it yourself. All right, so there is something what we call a new low price FBA rates. Now it started this year on the August 29. So it used to be called the FBA Small and Light program, but now I think it got changed to a new name called the low price FBA rates. So right now, right, anything of your product price under $10 will automatically receive these low price FBA rates. So all these will get the same delivery speed as the standard FBA. So what we've seen is that low price FBA rates are actually 77 cents less than standard FBA rates, right? So there is actually a table that we'll share with you depending on the sizing tier and the shipping weight to determine the low price FBA rates. Okay, so some other things to take note of as well in terms of the FBA inventory if you are going to send in like multiple products. So do take note that for if you want to fulfill your products via the FBA, FBA only accept the meltable product from October 16 to April 14 only. All right. So do take note of that. So there is also an unfillable and dispose fee if your products are not fulfilled at the end of it, right? So meltable refer to all heat sensitive product, all right, including not limited to like chocolates, gummy, etc. All right, so there are some other requirements in terms of the degree Fahrenheit requirement. Okay, this is to make sure that the product integrity is not impacted during the storage and the shipping process. All right, moving on to part 3. Now, if you have any question, do let us know in the Q&A. I think I saw Ethan online already. Thank you so much. All right, moving on to FBA Inventory Management, right? Okay, so this is regarding the storage volume limit. So for your inbounding, there's actually a limit. So you can't really send in like tons of the products or inventory to the FBA fulfillment center. There is actually a storage limit. All right. So there is some factors that will influence the limit. I think basically over here, your sales volume, your IPI scores, and the available fulfillment center capacity. And then the other limit, which is the restock limit. So this limit will limit how much of the quantity that a seller like yourself can restock. So that again has other factors such as the warehouse supply, the ASIN forecast, sales volume, or the new product availability, etc. All right. And these two limits are independent of each other. So you'll be subject to both storage volume limit and restock limit. Now again, on your inventory page, right, you can actually see the performance. So again, this is not something you need to remember, but you'll be able to see on your Seller Central UI user interface. Yep. So regarding storage volume limit, now individual selling account have a set storage of 10 cubic feet. Right, this does not change. Now, assuming you are using the individual selling account, which is free. Now, for the professional selling account, you have a storage limit based on the following. All right, so seller who maintain a IPI, which is Inventory Performance Index, of the required threshold or above, right, you will get the storage limit. And also new seller who have been active for less than 26 weeks, or seller without enough sales data to generate IPI score during the 2-score check week will not receive storage limit. So anyway, just need to take note that they are what are the factors that will influence your IPI score, right? Mainly your excess inventory percentage, and then the FBA sell-through rate, the stranded inventory percentage, and the FBA in-stock rate. Now, all these will influence your IPI score, and as a result, influence your storage limit, right? So some of the ways that you can improve your IPI score is to either, first of all, you can reduce your excess inventory, all right, or you can increase your sell-through rate and maintain a balanced inventory level, or you can fix your stranded inventory and ensure that your inventory is viable. Or lastly, you should also ensure your top selling product in stock to increase your sales as well. Okay, about restock limit, right? This is on a per storage type basis based on your past and forecasted sales. Alright, this will allow you to allocate this limit across your ASIN. So again, there's a way you can view your storage type level restock limit. Alright, on your inventory performance page, you'll be able to see if you expand below, there is a restock limit monitor at the bottom of the page. Right, I won't go in too much details into this. You can actually view it on your Seller Central. And this is the dashboard that I was talking about. Right, so once you're in the inventory overview, you can see the dashboard. very quickly you will know whether or not are you exceeding or are you in your good IPI performance, IPI index. Yeah. Okay, and there are actually some other ways that can help you clear out your excess inventory, and there's some other tools over here. All right, this basically give you a diagram of what happens or what you can do. All right, if you have sellable inventory, you can continue to use promotional tools like coupon, prime exclusive discount, or you are able to run any deals, or even do the Amazon outlet deals, right, to promote your leftover. Right. So let's say if you have unsellable inventory, for example, like your return items, they are defective or they are damaged during transit, right? And then you can also opt for this FBA repackaging and refurbishment services. Right, for the inventory that can't be repackaged or refurbished, it will also be grouped under the FBA grade and resell programs. Yep. So lastly, for the inventory that come that that will go into the liquidation, and then for those that can't be liquidated, you also go into the FBA donations program. And at the very last, if nothing can be done, you will be disposed, recycled, or landfill. Yeah, that's basically what's go on at the end. But something to take note of, and especially if you are going to participate in the big sales event, for example, like Prime Day, Prime Big Deal Day, or even BFCM, the upcoming one. So pay attention to the cutoff time. All right, so this applies if you are going to run any promotions during those big event day. You want to make sure that your inventory is available during the day of the event itself, right? So these are the cutoff date for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So meaning that your inventory needs to reach the fulfillment center in the US by the latest 26th October. So usually we'll advise seller to maybe even have it earlier if possible, at least a week earlier before the cutoff date. All right, so over on the right is just some of the reason why it's good to have it in before, especially for the event that you're going to participate in. All right, so a common question that we always got is what if your inventory actually reaches, after the recommended cutoff date? All right, so those inventory that arrive after the cutoff date will still be checked into the warehouse for sale, just that there's no guarantee that it will be available during the event day itself. Okay, some other things to consider. This is for you to get an idea that if you're going to ship in your inventory via the different, either via the sea shipment or air shipment, some recommendations of days over here that you should factor in. I think we just look at the US one. All right. So typically, if you're doing by ship, right, it's at least about 60 days, you can see, all right, 60 to 70. So try to give a little bit more buffer as well. Right, the best is about at least 3 months, all right, before the date that you expect it to be available for sale. All right, and then factor in some of the unforeseen factors. Right, 3 months-ish should be fine. Okay, so there are some tips we'd like to share over here for successful inbounding using FBA, right? So arrange your transit ahead of time, make appointment for your inbound delivery. So second point is you can use a faster transit method if you want to, but of course there may be a higher cost in it. All right, and then also decide whether you want to ship in by air or by sea. All right, and if possible, you can also use the Amazon official cross-border fulfillment service, Amazon Global Logistic, AGL, to inbound your inventory into Amazon Fulfillment Center. All right, so we do have some one-pager guide. If you are interested, you can download the guide here, prepared by our Seller University team regarding FBA logistic preparation for peak seasons. I will also share the link at the video description. All right, we are nearing to the end of it already. So if you have more questions, do let us know in the Q&A, huh? All right, so I actually saw during the sign up, there's quite a lot of you who actually do not have an account yet. So really thank you for having interest in this topic. Now to share something, we have a new promotions right now. So you actually pay the USD $1 for the first month, and then for the next 5 months, you do not have to pay any fees for the professional selling account. All right, and this is only for new sellers located in these countries, huh? All right. Now, these are the benefits of having a professional selling plan. All right, so without this promotion, it's actually 39.99 per month, right? And then you can use Product Opportunity Explorer, you can use Amazon Ads, and also enjoy the new seller incentive, etc. So there are some terms and conditions which I will share in the link as well. Yep. Let me see what else. So, okay, these are just some of the FAQ regarding these promotions. All right, and then to take note that you have to complete the registration between this period if you want to enjoy the promotional fee. All right, so the promotion started on October 4, 2023, and then I believe you end on April 3rd, so you have to complete your registration between this period, all right? Okay, again, eligibility. Like I mentioned earlier on, you have to be seller located in this country, right? And you have to be the first time to sell on Amazon, on any of the stores listed here, and to complete your registration between that period. Right, don't worry about details. I will share with you the link as well. Thank you. Okay, so I got some questions from the registrant on the sign up, during the sign up. Okay, let me look at what are the questions available in case it was already asked already. Okay. Okay, let me see. All right, now I'm going to go through these questions here. Huh? So the first one is, I still have not decided on what to sell. Any tips to provide me? Now, I would say that you can, first of all, if you do not know what to sell, you can either think about, what are the products around you that you think can be improved. Or if not, right, you can use our Product Opportunity Explorer tools available. It's free if you are on a professional selling plan. If not, you can also join our webinar on 1st of November. We will have a demonstration as well during that call. So Ethan will be on during the webinar as well regarding the topic. So do sign up if you want to know more about the tools. And also I will share the link as well. There are some guides online on what to sell to give you an idea on what you can sell on Amazon, right? Okay. Next question is, can I register a branded product under my name or the same company of the same brand under my own brand registry in Amazon? Let me see if I understand your questions correctly. Can I register a branded product under my name or the same company? I would say, right, technically the brand registry, right, will actually validate with the what do you call that? What is the trademark officers, right? So long you will manage to register your trademark in those trademark officers. I think in the US it's called USPTO. Then there should not be any problem, if I understand your question correctly, right? Because Amazon does validate the trademark that you are going to put to get yourself registered under brand registry. So one of the steps is you got to provide them a trademark ID that you registered with the local trademark office. So if I get a question correctly, I think it's possible so long your trademark name that you use to register in those trademark offices is the same. You should be able to. Right, if you need to provide more context, feel free to. Okay, so next question is, how do I sell books in SG, US, and Australia by FBA? What are the fees? Do I ship whole book cartons to FBA center or lease book after? Okay, I see some similar one on the Q&A. I'm not sure, is it the same one? Okay, let me see. Okay, might be different. Anyway, Okay, we have some response here. So regarding the fee, right, you can find it under our website. Okay, so books is under the category of media. It's about 15%. All right, and then under the books, right, there's actually a link there you can click on. Later on after this, you can go check it out. There will be a list of, there's a guide there to say regarding how to sell books on Amazon, which I think is very useful. All right. Okay, then I think it will covers your questions here, and then list book after. So I think listing, I believe you mean the list book after sending or something like that. But in general, usually you need to create the listing first, then only you will be able to create the shipment plan to send in your books via FBA. So I hope I answer your questions correctly, because you do need to print out something for the shipment. So technically you need to list the item first, which I think you mean list, sorry, you mean list the books, right? So I think, yeah. Okay, I hope I addressed your questions. Let me see. Okay, reach the end already. Let me look at what are the questions that we have over here. Oh, okay. That's quite a few questions. Okay, let me go through one by one, right? So for those who are watching this, at least they'll be able to know what's the question now. Okay, the first question, if my books have ISBN, I can just use virtual tracking. If I ship 100 books over to Amazon Fulfillment Center in the US, can I just pack everything in one box of 100 books, or do I need to put each book in individual envelopes? Can I just ship it to one Amazon Fulfillment Center in the US, or do I need to ship it to all? That's a question from Katie. Thank you very much. All right, so thanks, Ethan, for the response. So the answer is your product should be eligible for FBA virtual tracking if you have an ISBN. All right, so we also share the link over here. Now, second response is if your book can fit into one box, you can do so. Just ensure that it meets the box requirements here. There's another link. Now, the third one is by default, when you create a shipping plan, your shipment may be divided into multiple shipments, each directed to a different receive center or fulfillment center, or referred to as a distributor inventory placement. Or you can sign up for the inventory placement service and send all of your eligible inventory to a single receive center or fulfillment center. All right, there's a link as well, which I will share with you. Thank you, Ethan. Now, second question is, must I top up for packaging? Example, if I have 100 books at the fulfillment center, do I have to top up for packaging to have Amazon ship each book to a buyer? Example, in Amazon standard envelope for a book. If I don't top up for packaging, what happens? Also, if after 6 months I have only sold 50 books and there are 50 books left, and I wish to close my Amazon US seller account, how do I arrange to have the 50 books shipped back to me in Singapore? So I think these are follow-up questions from Katie as well. Okay, the answer is order packing is a service included as part of the fulfillment fee. You need to pay per unit fulfilled. Right, there's a link regarding the fulfillment fee and the services. So secondly, if you wish to ship back the units to Singapore, you will need to create a removal order and engage an international provider to ship back the units from US to SG. All right, there's a link that we'll share too. Thank you. All right, another question. Must I be subscribed to the professional selling plan to use FBA, or can I use FBA even when I'm on the individual selling plan? All right, the reply from Ethan is, hello, you may use the FBA even when you are on individual selling plan. Now, however, we will recommend sellers to use professional selling plan by default so that you will be able to have access to more features such as the feature offer, advertising, and more. Right, to help you earn sales faster compared to a seller on an individual selling plan. So we'll share the comparison plan over at the link as well. Cool. Another question we got is, if I wish to sell in the Amazon Canada market as well as the Amazon US market, if I use FBA, can I just ship it to one Amazon US fulfillment center, or do I have to ship it to a fulfillment center in Canada? Right, the reply is, if eligible, you may enroll into remote fulfillment with FBA. Fulfillment by Amazon will use your inventory in US fulfillment center to fulfill orders across the border directly to the customer. Okay, I hope that addressed your question. All right, we have one more question. Oh, this is regarding for the 6 months promotional period. Does it end on April 3, regardless of when I join, or 6 months from when I first joined? Right, the answer is, if you register in March 2024, the fee waiver will last till 6 months later. All right, so it's 6 months from when you join, I believe. All right, 6 months later. Yep. Okay, thank you for all the question, and thanks, Ethan, for all the answer. Okay, right now we still have some more time, so if you have more questions, do let us know in the Q&A box. Meanwhile, I'm going to run 2 quick polls so that you can help me do the quick poll if you can. Okay. All right, let me see if there's more questions or not. All right, I don't see any more questions. Now we'll be just here around for another minute. So if you have more questions, do let us know within a minute. And then meanwhile, I have also shared on the screen our upcoming sessions. Right, do register if you have not registered yet. All right, now I think the first one is already over. So I'm just gonna cancel this. And then today is 24. We have done with FB introduction. Now we have two more in October, which is about A+ content optimization. And then on the 30th of October, we have a topic regarding brand analytics and sponsored brands. And then for those who ask about how to find what other product to actually sell on Amazon, you should definitely join the 1st November session regarding how to use Product Opportunity Explorer tool. It's a free tool under the professional selling account that you can use to find products that is available, or rather to do your own product research using that tool. Right, and there's even a lot more, so do remember to sign up at our official webinars and events page. Okay, I don't see any questions. All right, 30 more seconds. If you have any question, let us know. All right then. So I guess there are no more questions from any one of you here. So thank you so much for your time. Thanks for joining us, and thank you, Ethan, for your help in addressing all the questions we have. We will see you on the next Amazon Live webinar. See you all next time. Goodbye.